Welcome back to my channel. What's up, Shay BAES? It's your girl Shay and I am back with another video. First and foremost, I just want to welcome all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing and welcome to the fam. So y'all, today's video is going to be a girl chat on social media. I asked you guys to ask me any kind of girl chat question so I could come on this video and answer honestly and just give my opinion. So before we get into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you comment. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So y'all, I had over 45 questions. I just chose 14 of the best that I thought, were kind of interesting. And I have the questions right here and I'm gonna be reading them off. So the first question is, how can you maintain a relationship if you and your partner are both young? I think it's really important to not put too much pressure on a relationship, being that you guys are young. And for me, I think young is like 14, 15, 16, 17-ish. So I think it's really important to not put so much pressure on it and kind of just solidify like your friendship, and like all the relationship stuff will come. Question number 2. How do you keep your relationship off of social media? This is a good question. I will definitely say that I didn't always keep my relationship off of social media. It was a lot of like trial and error, so all of those like experiences just like taught me now like how to completely like just decipher like what to post and what not to. But I say like I just keep majority of my relationship private. So if there's something we're doing or a project we're working on, I'm not quick to just go to social media and be like, oh, this is what we're doing. I think it's ultimately up to you guys as a couple. But for the most part, me and my boyfriend are kind of on the same page in terms of like, we don't want to put out like our business on social media. And it's not only like business in terms of like, like things that we've been through, but business in terms of like legitimate business, like our plans, our projects, what we're like getting ready to do. I think it also depends on the couple, because some people live for social media and they love like that attention that they get off social media. So I think it also depends on the couple, but I just would say that I keep my relationship off social media by not putting too much out there. Our business is our business and will remain our business. Question number 3. What should I do if I feel like my man doesn't value me? First and foremost, you're a queen, okay? And if you feel like your partner is not giving you that queen treatment and like that, just like valuing you and like knowing your worth, then I think like what you need to do. You have to value your partner. So if you feel like your partner isn't valuing you, maybe bring up a conversation, this is how I feel, this is how I feel. And maybe if the behavior doesn't change, then like maybe I should reconsider. You know what I mean? Question number 4. Have you ever dealt with any insecurities, and if so, how'd you overcome them? I absolutely have dealt with insecurities. I'm still dealing with insecurities. A way that maybe I overcome my insecurities is kind of just not focusing in on it, because like people can be insecure about something and like they let that insecurity like affect their every like movement, their daily lives. So I think I overcame most of my insecurities like in my teenage like adolescent years by kind of just like not focusing on it and kind of just more so focusing on my attributes, like things about myself that I love. So I think that was definitely something that helped me get over my insecurities, just understanding that like I'm beautiful, I'm loved. Question number 5. What is your love language, and what do you do if your partner has a different love language than you? So my love language is definitely acts of service. So for those of you who don't know what that is, that's, for example, if I've been like really swamped at work or with school, and you know, maybe I told my boyfriend like, oh, my car needs an oil change, and like one day like he just pulls up and he's like, hey, like let's go get the oil change, you know, like things like that, like acts of service, like helping me out and like, you know, just making things a little bit easier on me. So that is my number one love language. So the second part of this question is, what do you do if your partner has a different love language than you? I think it's important, obviously, to learn to show your partner love in the way that, you know, they best receive their love language. You have to understand that this is the way that the person best, you know, receives love and feels loved and feels appreciated. So I think if maybe you are struggling to understand and show that person love in their love language, I think that can cause like a lot of rift in the relationship, because like if somebody is, you know, constantly seeking this specific kind of love and like you're not giving, it may cause issues. So I think the best thing for any couple to do is learn each other's love languages and how to best display that. Next question. Could you be with a man that takes care of you but has no relations with his mom? I could, but first and foremost, I need to know why he has no relationship with his mom. I need to understand like the situation, if, you know, it's something that can be fixed, if it's something trivial or it's something, you know, that's a big deal. I think everybody should have a relationship with their mom. However, I'm not naive to the fact that everybody's mom wasn't super loving and doting and supportive. Some people's moms, you know, were their bullies growing up. So I definitely would need to know the history and like the background information of the reason why there is no relationship between my partner and his mom. But I definitely could be with someone who has no relationship with their mother. I just would need to know the context of why, you know? What's a good age to start dating? I think there's no like specific age, like at this age I'm gonna be ready to date. You know, I think it 100% depends on the person's maturity level. I think some kids at 18 are not as mature as some kids at 14. So I think it absolutely depends on the person's maturity level. However, I also think there are some things that kind of need to be understood before going into a relationship. One of them being, you have to kind of be able to handle rejection and like heartbreak. I think a lot of heartbreak comes when the expectation is too high. So I think sometimes like younger girls go into relationships with the idea like, this is my husband, this is my forever, you know, I'm done, like this is my, you know, this is the love of my life, which in some cases it definitely comes to fruition. However, the likelihood of, you know, you having your first boyfriend at like 14, 15, 16 and it lasting is slim. So I think it's important for young people who are like you wanting to date to understand like, if this doesn't work out, it's okay. I think it's important to be secure in yourself before you start dating. And I think like once you feel like you're ready enough to handle all of these things, then I think that's like on the road towards when you should start dating. Next question. What advice would you give to someone struggling to get out of a toxic relationship? I think that once you realize that this relationship is no longer positively benefiting you or contributing anything positive to your life, I think at that point you need to see like, this relationship is doing more harm than good. So I need to like, you know, remove myself from this situation. I think it's important to know when enough is enough and when you need to walk away. However, I don't think I have like an advice. I just would tell this person, you need to do what's best for you. And if this relationship is no longer what's best for you, then you know that you need to walk away. However, I do understand that that's not always so easy, but it's not easy, but it's necessary, you know? Next question is, how do you tell your ex that you no longer want a relationship or a friendship if they're not getting the hints? So if you've made this clear to this person, you've told them, I don't want to pursue a relationship with you anymore, I don't want like even a friendship, and they're still like badgering and like harassing you, sis, block him or her, whatever, but block them. If you've given the hints, you've told them, hey, like I'm out, like, you know, like leave me alone, please, just let me move on, and they're not, the best thing for you to do is block them. I mean, you gotta do what's best for you at the end of the day. So if you feel like you will be getting peace in this person leaving you alone and they're not doing that, block them, period. Next question, how do you keep it real with your friends to avoid hurting their feelings? So I think I've struggled with this a lot in my friendships. I'm a blunt friend, and I'm a friend that, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I get offended when I'm trying to tell my friends something and they don't listen. I hate that. I'm like, why aren't you listening to me? So sometimes I understand that I can come off strong, but I've recently started to learn that it's all in the approach. So I think maybe instead of just being like, girl, like, you need to, you know, I think maybe it'll be like, you know, sis, like, you know, I love you. So I think it's all in the approach. It's all how you come at them. So I think maybe their feelings are less likely to be hurt if you come, you know, from a loving, from a sweet, maybe like a joking place. It's important to make sure like you're coming with love so they don't feel some type of way, so they don't feel attacked also. Next question, what advice would you give to a single woman? Don't use your single time to just like complain about being single, but use this single time to like redefine yourself, to figure out what you like, to just date yourself. You know, like a lot of people say, like, date yourself. Yeah, and like to figure out what you like, take yourself out, self-caring. And I think it's so important to like be so like in love with yourself before you get into a relationship. Next question, can you have chemistry with someone but not be compatible? Absolutely. You can 100% have chemistry with somebody and know this will never work out. A relationship is not only based off chemistry. There's so many other components. I think you can definitely feel like the vibe, the chemistry with somebody, but know like this relationship would never, you know, like really like turn into something. So don't confuse chemistry and compatibility. Don't confuse the two. Next question, do you believe in soulmates? I love. Like, it's just such a beautiful thing when two people find each other, fall in love, live happily ever after. Like, love that. I definitely do believe in soulmates. I think that you find your great love and you live happily ever after. But I also think that there are some people blessed enough to have two great loves. For example, if somebody's, you know, first husband passes away and like maybe a couple years down the line they remarry. So I think some people are like lucky enough to have that, but I definitely do believe in soulmates. I definitely think that there's somebody out there with the other piece of my heart just waiting. Ugh, like I love it, y'all. I definitely believe in soulmates. This is the last question, y'all. Are relationships meant to last forever? I think in some instances relationships are meant to last forever, and I think sometimes some relationships, even friendships too, because this could definitely go hand in hand with friendships. So I think sometimes they're meant to like teach you something, so like, you know, like for the next time, okay, I won't make this mistake. So I think it's like 50-50. Like I think relationships and friendships can last forever, and I think sometimes like they don't. They were just here to serve a purpose, and like once they've served their purpose, like they're gone. So y'all, that concludes my first girl chat Q&A. I hope you guys love this video as much as I loved making it. Guys, comment down below if you want me to do like a girl chat series, maybe like once a month, like whatever. So comment down below if you want me to do a girl chat series. Definitely comment down below names that we could call our series. I love you guys, my Shay BAES. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on all post notifications so you know when I drop another video. I will place all my social media down below so you can stay connected with me. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and never forget, stay blessed and stay beautiful.